It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BC TV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm Roland Boyden alongside Joe Bushy. That makes this show 5:45 live. Joe, what's on deck tonight?
Hey, Roland. Tonight, we've got tents and sleeping bags evicted from the Common, caroling for the homeless, a message for the holidays from Turning Point, and much more.
And remember, we do it all in 15 minutes, so try and stick with us. Folks on Main Street this weekend doing a little caroling to benefit the Brattleboro Area Drop-In Center. Of course, December, Joe, is Project Feed the Thousands month officially. There's all kinds of fundraising for all sorts of great causes going on now. Friday, we did a pretty comprehensive deal on Project Feed the Thousands. We also looked at the Windham County Heating Fund, two really important causes here, food and heat, often a choice that families have to make, and a terrible choice to make. You can check out back issues of 545 Live. We don't have enough time really to go into all of the ways you can donate to all these great causes tonight, but we'll just keep talking about it, keep putting it on people's radar. ProjectFeedTheThousands.org, Project Feed the Thousands, all one word. Joe, how can folks contact the Windham County Heating Fund?
Well, they can call Daryl Pillsbury directly at 254-4285. I don't know Richard's number off the top of my head, but Daryl certainly is always available, and they can get information from him on how to apply.
Yeah, how to apply, and also how to contribute, how to help. All right. Well, Joe, we'll just keep yammering away here to go into our next story. Now, for those of us chasing down the news stories, I think everybody got a little excited there. The local press got a little excited this morning as some cop cars rolled up to the Brattleboro Common. I guess we'll just play the clip first, then maybe we'll debrief. Let's take a look. Found property. All right.
Hopefully an owner comes along and claims it all.
All right. Well, so that's the clip. Found property is the word there. So for those, not quite the eviction that places like New York took, Brattleboro, a little more low octane, a little bit less of a news story there, perchance.
Definitely a lot more humane treatment looking at it from that angle, for
Those
sure.
sleeping bags and tents that had been left long dormant, so fell into the realm of found property. The Brattleboro police are hoping that somebody shows up to claim them. So there you go. All right, next, it's the holiday season, which means folks will be celebrating, there'll be revelry, and of course there'll be drinking as part of the holidays. There'll also be a lot of driving as people travel to and from holiday destinations. Problem is, Joe, the two of those things don't mix. You can revel,
for sure.
You can drive to your relatives. You just can't put the two together. In addition, problems arise for people in recovery from addictions during a time of year that can be stressful with family, gift giving, but also quite a lot of drinking and celebrating that way. For people that need a little extra support in their recoveries for the holiday season, there's some great organizations around the community, including Turning Point of Windham County. They're located on the corner of Elliott Street there, just past the laundromat. A great organization. A ways back, Joe, you and Daryl sat down with Susie Walker, the director of Turning Point,
right.
and to talk a little bit about their mission and why people can really feel at home there. Let's take a look.
Turning Point of Windham County is a recovery center, which means we're primarily a safe gathering place for people who are in recovery from addictions. We have a lot of meetings and groups, a lot of 12-step programs that happen there at the center. So there are a lot of things to do to support someone's recovery and also to help them get started or get restarted on their recovery.
Susie Walker, the director of Turning Point, talking to Daryl Pillsbury, part of a Conversations with Daryl piece. All right. Joe, I'll turn it back over to you.
Hey, Roland. All right, then. Vermont's congressional delegation, Senators Patrick Leahy and Bernie Sanders, and also Representative Peter Welch, today announced that Vermont will receive $19.5 million in Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, that's LIHEAP, funding for fiscal year 2012. The funding level is less than the $26 million Vermont received in fiscal year 2011, but more than the $11 million originally proposed by the Obama administration. Sanders, Leahy, and Welch are co-sponsoring the LIHEAP Protection Act to provide level funding for LIHEAP at $4.7 billion. LIHEAP funding is included in fiscal year 2012 Omnibus Appropriations Bill, which passed the House this afternoon and is scheduled to be voted on in the Senate this weekend.
There we go. Governor Shumlin put that up on his Facebook just 4 hours ago. Of course, that quote they're taking that says today, that was actually on Friday. So a little bounce back, but again, you can find all sorts of great information like that on the governor's Facebook page, where he and his staff are diligently posting several posts a day, a lot of great information, including some stuff they just put up on the latest energy plan, which is coming up here, and I'll just read his words here, as Governor Shumlin put it. There are 5 components: wind, sun, water, woods, and our fields. That's what Shumlin put about his energy plan. He wants Vermont to get 90% of its energy from renewable resources by 2050. Currently, Vermont gets about 25% of its energy from renewables. And we've got a clip to go along. Here's the governor talking about this extensive plan.
I just want to say this about the plan. I am convinced that if Vermont can be the first to get off of our addiction to oil and move to renewables as this plan outlines, we will have the jobs and the economic opportunities for our children and our grandchildren in the 21st century. Furthermore, as we grow jobs and as we grow economic opportunities by keeping our energy dollars in Vermont instead of sending them to countries that mostly don't like us, by ensuring that we reduce our carbon footprint, we can ensure that the examples that we've seen in the last 11 months, the March blizzards, the floods of April and May, the flood of Irene, we can ensure that our kids and our grandkids will live in a healthier planet. We cannot move fast enough to get off our addiction to oil and ensure that we reduce our carbon footprint. Vermont is a leader, and I'm proud of this plan.
All right, what's next, Joe?
Well, Roland, it looks like we got the weather coming up from the BUHS TV kids up at Brattleboro Union High School.
Perfect.
Take it away.
Hi, BUHS. Today was very cold with a low of 8 and high of 11. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer with a low of 22 and a high of 32. That's it. Have a good day, BUHS. And now back to the desk.
All right, BUHS TV, Brattleboro Union High School's morning news advisory program. That comes on weekdays of 2 clicks up the dial on Channel 10 at 10:15 a.m. They do all sorts of bulletins and information for students and parents at the high school, but they also do some generic information for everybody out there, including local and national sports updates. Of course, the weather we just saw, some great featurettes like a sign language sign of the day, this day in history. It's jam-packed, 15 minutes, and not only does it show after the rebroadcast of 5:45 Live on weekday mornings, that whole group of fun starts at 10 a.m., starting with our rebroadcast, then onto the live broadcast of BUHS TV. But in addition, we rebroadcast BUHS TV after this show here on Channel 8 at 6 p.m., making it a dynamite block of local programming. All right, with that, I believe, if I can get my clips queued up here, it's time to hit our calendar. All right, Joe, why don't we just start the calendar off? Of course, holidays are coming up. Maybe people, if you haven't noticed, we've tried to deck out our desk here with some boughs of really
great job, Roland.
balsam, and it's real balsam. I'm enjoying the smell.
It smells
here
great.
well. Yeah, it does. Of course, hopefully it'll last until our Friday edition. I don't know. It could be a very brown balsam decoration set come Friday. But anyway, holidays are in full swing for the calendar. I just wanted to go over some holiday closings. Maybe I'll turn it over to you to start this one off, Joe.
All right, then. It looks like in observance of the Christmas holiday, all Brattleboro town offices will be closed at 12 noon on Friday, December 23rd, and all day on Monday, December 26th, with the exception of emergency services. Parking is free at all metered spaces and in the pan display lots from 12 noon on Friday, all day on Saturday, and all day on Monday, December 26, 2011. All other violations, including extended parking, will still be enforced. Trash and recycling will not be picked up on Monday, December 26, 2011. All trash and recycling pickup will be delayed by 1 day all week long.
Also, Brooks Memorial Library will be open normal hours on Friday, December 23rd, 2011. It will be closed all day Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, December 25, 26. That's all, of course. And this year, 2011, I'm going to have to get used to hitting 2012 as we put dates all over all these
days away.
pieces. Yeah, pretty amazing. All right, well, with that, it's time to jump into our BC TV schedule quick glance. But first, of course, these days with a jam-packed show, we don't have a lot of time to hit calendar items. But if you have an event that you want covered, you want us to publicize it, read away at the teleprompter here, or maybe you even want to get you or someone from your organization on film to put a vase to your event, then email me, roland@brattleboro.tv.org. That's ROLAND at brattleboro.tv.org for anything you want to tell 545 Live about how to do our show here. We diligent public servants like
need all the help we can get.
Yeah, you got a story for us, you got a calendar item for us, got some wardrobe suggestions, any of that. ROLAND at brattleboro.tv.org. That's my personal email. I'll check it, I'll get back to you, and I'll hopefully update the show. All right, with that, it's time for our BC TV schedule quick glance. Of course, the quick glance, my daily opportunity to shamelessly plug what's coming up here on BC TV on both our Comcast cable channels 8 and 10. For that, I'm going to do what I hope everybody out there will do and head to brattleboro.tv.org, where we've got all the latest information here, brattleboro.tv.org. And the easiest way is just at the bottom of our homepage here. I'm right on the homepage, first thing you get to. We update the schedule down here at the bottom for both channels 8 and 10, and it's updated to the minute. So any last-minute changes we make can be found here. Of course, 545 Live, we're in the throes of it right now. I mentioned BUHS TV, Brattleboro's Morning News Advisory broadcast. It's replaying here at 6 p.m. There's a library lecture at 6:30, and then local producer Teresa Maggio's Beavers and Humans, a great little piece. If you're intrigued by the title, you'll just have to watch and find out. So a great local block, things you can't talk about from iBrattleboro masters. Chris and Lise is on there. It's a really interesting show. You can find all that at our website, where you can also find live streaming and video on demand for both our channels and all our local programming, past and present, including a great, let's just show this off again. We've got just a little bit of time left.
Hey, before we head out, how are we doing on our Feed the Thousands challenge?
Oh, this was great, and I will spend maybe 20 seconds here. We did our 545 Live Feed the Thousands Facebook challenge. That's right. We put a YouTube video on Facebook where I explained that I wanted 10 people, just 10 people, to each donate $10 to Project Feed the Thousands and let me know by posting on Facebook. They had 1 week to do it. I was looking for $100. Then I would in turn put in $100. Well, instead of getting just that extra $100 from people, we got almost $450 raised. You throw in my check, which I just dropped off. Also just dropped off your $20 that you donated live on the show, Joe, which was great.
And Daryl's got the check for you, too.
That's right. And the great part is that people keep throwing in donations. So there's still a lot of work to do. They're trying to raise $100,000. ProjectFeedTheThousands.org, all one word, has a really handy donate button. Most of the banks have drop boxes. Of course, you can pick up food as well at Hannaford's. And we'll talk more about this on our next show as well. But with that, we'll go back into our quick glance a little. I just wanted to mention on BC TV's website, brattleboro.tv.org, all I did was click on that Watch Local Shows on Demand, and there's a cool Holiday 2011 category here in our video on demand. We've got the great news program from the 80s, Brattleboro Tonight. They did a Christmas edition.
The Roger Bland Christmas special. Holy cow, that's a classic.
Yeah.
And brought to you by
I hope Guy McMillan
Brown and Roberts Hardware at 182
somewhere near a
Main Street.
computer.
Your Service Star hardware dealer.
You'll hear for BC TV and 545 Live. I'm Roland Boyden alongside Joe Bushy. Good night, everybody.
See you next time.
Mr. Santa, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover. And tell him that his lonesome nights are over.